Hi, I'm Swarupa Sail, course instructor for Fluid Mechanics and Hydraulics Lab. In this presentation, we will learn about Reynolds experiment. We already have studied various types of flows, and laminar, transitional and turbulent flow depends on the path traveled by the particles present in the liquid. So here in this figure we can see the laminar flow in which the particles are following the definite path and all the path lines are parallel to each other. There is no crossing of the path being followed by the particles. And this laminar flow is usually observed when the velocity of flow is low. And laminar flow is also referred to as viscous flow. That means usually in case of viscous liquids, we will be able to find a laminar flow in which one layer of the liquid will offer resistance to flow of another layer. So laminar flow is a type of flow in which all the particles will be traveling in a definite path, that is in a straight line. And now if we increase the velocity of flow, that is if we increase the velocity of liquid, then the laminar flow will get converted into turbulent flow. And the intermediate flow is referred to as transitional flow. So transitional flow is a type of flow in which the laminar flow gets converted into turbulent flow. And turbulent flow is a type of flow in which the particles will flow in a random manner. So now they no longer follow the straight line path. And here in this figure we can see all these three types of flow. Here we can see laminar flow in which all the particles are traveling in a straight line. Whereas once the liquid, that is water, approaches this narrow portion, laminar flow gets converted into turbulent flow. So transitional flow is the intermediate flow wherein the conversion of flow occurs from laminar to turbulent. And turbulent flow is the flow in which the particles flow in a random manner. And the same can be seen over here wherein there is flow of water from the tap in a basin or a sink. Initially, when the valve is opened by around, let us say, 20 or 30%, the flow can be assumed as laminar. But if we open the tap by around, let us say, 80 to 90% or 100%, the laminar flow gets converted into turbulent flow. And turbulent flow is usually also can be observed when it flows over the basin. Now we will find out what are the differences between laminar and turbulent flow. Laminar flow is the fluid flow in which the fluid layers move parallel to each other and do not cross each other. So in previous slide we saw that the particles were traveling in a parallel lines and there was no crossing of the path. And turbulent flow is a type of flow in which fluid layers cross each other and do not move parallel to each other. Laminar flow occurs in fluid flowing with low velocity. So if the liquid flows with the low velocity, then we will be able to observe laminar flow. Whereas turbulent flow occurs when the fluid flows with high velocity. Laminar flow occurs in small diameter pipes in which fluid flows with low velocity. So usually in small dia pipes the velocity of flow will be less, and in this we will be able to observe laminar flow. Whereas turbulent flow occur in large diameter pipes in which the fluid flows with very high velocity. Fluid flow is laminar when the value of Reynolds number, that is Re, is less than 2000. So once we find out the value of Reynolds number by using the equation, that is rho Vd upon mu, if we get the value of Reynolds number as less than 2000, then we say that the flow is laminar. And the flow is referred to as turbulent when Reynolds number is greater than 4000. And if we get the intermediate value, that is, if the value of Reynolds number is in between 2000 and 4000, then it is referred to as transitional flow. That means the laminar flow is getting converted into turbulent flow. Shear stress in laminar flow depends only on the viscosity of the fluid and independent of the density. So we already have learned that laminar flow is also referred to as viscous flow. So shear stress in laminar flow depends only on the viscosity of the fluid. In case of turbulent flow, shear stress depends upon the density of the fluid. So shear stress in laminar flow depends on the viscosity, whereas shear stress in the turbulent flow depends on the density of the fluid. The fluid flow is very orderly over here in laminar flow, and there is no mixing of adjacent layers of the fluid, and they move parallel to each other and also with the walls of the pipe. So the path followed by particles is parallel and there won't be any mixing of the fluid or liquid. But in turbulent flow, the fluid flow is not orderly, that is, there is mixing of adjacent layers of fluid with each other and they do not move parallel to each other and also with the walls of the pipe. So usually we will be able to see turbulent flow in case of mixing of the chemicals or mixing of fluids. Reynolds experiment is used to determine the types of flows which we already have learnt. So those are laminar flow, transitional flow and turbulent flow. We will be able to determine whether the flow is laminar, transitional or turbulent depending on the Reynolds number. So scientist by name Reynolds showed how to find out the type of flow based on the value of Reynolds number. The Reynolds number is found using the equation rho Vd upon mu or Vd upon nu, where nu, that is kinematic viscosity, is the ratio of dynamic viscosity and density. So we will be able to find Reynolds number if we know the velocity of flow, diameter of the pipe and kinematic viscosity of the fluid. If this Reynolds number is less than 2000, then the type of flow flowing through the pipe will be laminar. And if Reynolds number is between 2000 to 4000, then it is transitional. And whereas if Reynolds number is greater than 4000, then the flow is referred to as turbulent. In further slides, we will find out how to get the value of Reynolds number in order to determine the type of flow. So the main aim of this Reynolds experiment is to determine the type of flow based on the Reynolds number. So this is what is the experimental setup used in the laboratory to find the Reynolds number. This experimental setup consists of the container in which the water will be filled. On top here we can see the dye container in which the colored dye will be allowed to flow through the pipe. So here we can see the pipe whose diameter will be known and water will be allowed to flow through this pipe. Whereas this dye that is colored, which is pink in color, will be allowed to flow through the center of the pipe. In this schematic sketch we can see the container having water. This is dye container in which the dye will be allowed to flow through the center of the glass tube, and this is the wall which is shown over here, and the wall is used to regulate the flow of water. So in order to get laminar flow, the wall will be opened by 20 to 30% so that the velocity of flow is low, and in order to get the turbulent flow, the wall may be opened fully in order to get the turbulent flow. So here we can see the colored dye which will be allowed to flow through the center of the glass tube. Initially the flow will be laminar when the valve is opened by 20 to 30%, and later the laminar flow gets converted into turbulent flow. So intermediate flow will be transitional, and finally we will be able to get a diffused flow which is referred to as transitional flow. To begin with, the water will be allowed to flow through the glass tube which is shown over here. So once we start the pump, water from the sump will flow into the water tank, and from the water tank the water will flow into the glass tube. Initially the valve will be opened by around 20 to 30%, and then the colored solution, that is dye, will be allowed to flow through the center of the glass tube. Since the valve is opened by 20 to 30%, initially we will be able to find laminar flow because the velocity of liquid flowing through the glass tube is less. So we will be able to see a straight line when there is a laminar flow. And again, if we increase the flow by turning the valve, then the laminar flow gets converted into transitional flow. So then it will be in somewhat wavy form. And again further, if we increase the rate of flow or the velocity of flow, the transitional flow gets converted into turbulent flow. And in turbulent flow, we will not be able to see the color of the dye because it gets diffused into the water. That means now the laminar flow has totally got converted into turbulent flow. So this is how we will be able to find out the type of flow visually based on the color of the filament. This is what is the observation table which we will have to maintain while conducting the experiment. So first column shows us the condition. That means we will note down two values for laminar flow, two values for transitional flow, and two values for turbulent flow. In the second column, we will be drawing the sketch, that is visual dye condition. That means initially the flow will be laminar. So this is what is the figure which has to be drawn under the first cell. And for laminar, which is again the second reading, same diagram has to be drawn. For transitional flow, we will have to draw the wavy filament, and for turbulent flow, we will have to draw the diffused filament. Later on, we need to note down the time for 300 ml collection of water. That means for the first reading, that is for laminar flow, the water from the glass tube will be collected in a measuring flask or a beaker. So in beaker we will collect 300 ml of water, and we will note down the time required for 300 ml of water using the stopwatch. So once we know the volume of water collected, that is 300 ml, and the time required for 300 ml of collection of water, we will be able to find what is discharge, that is Q. Q is volume divided by time. Volume is 300 divided by time, which is noted down using stopwatch. So once we know the value of Q, that is flow rate, we will be able to find what is velocity. Velocity is determined using equation Q divided by A, where Q is flow rate, that is discharge, and A is area of this glass tube through which there was flow of water. So to find area, we will be knowing the diameter of the glass tube. So area will be equal to pi by 4 d square. So after we substitute the value of Q and A, we will be able to find what is velocity. And later we will be able to find what is Reynolds number using equation Vd divided by nu. So now we can calculate Reynolds number using equation Re equal to Vd divided by nu, where V is the velocity of water through the glass tube, d is the diameter of glass tube, and nu is the kinematic viscosity of water, which will be given as the observation. So we will be able to find Reynolds number using equation Re equal to Vd divided by nu. And if we get the value of Reynolds number less than 2000, then we say that the flow is laminar. So this is what is the classification of flow by using the Reynolds number. So for laminar flow, we will get Reynolds number less than 2000. For transitional flow, we will get the value of Reynolds number between 2000 to 4000. And for turbulent flow, we will be able to get Reynolds number greater than 4000. So using this Reynolds experiment, we could find out the type of flow visually, and also we could find out the type of flow by knowing the Reynolds number. So to conclude, we could find the type of flow from Reynolds number, that is using equation Re equal to Vd by nu, where this nu is kinematic viscosity, that is mu divided by rho. Mu is dynamic viscosity and rho is the density of water. So we have replaced mu by rho by the term that is kinematic viscosity, which is nu. From the observation table, we found that if we get the value of Reynolds number using this equation less than 2000, then it is referred to as laminar. 2000 to 4000 is transitional. Reynolds number greater than 4000 is turbulent flow. So this is how we could determine the type of flow based on Reynolds number. And also based on visualizing, we could find out the type of flow. That is, if the dye filament is a straight line, then it is laminar flow. If it is a wavy filament in the glass tube, then it is transitional. And if the flow is diffused, then it is called turbulent flow. So based on the color of the filament of the dye, we will be able to find the type of flow. Thank you.